So she discussed the period close process for AP. So under AP process, when you are, because in a most of the organizations, if you'll see, AP period should be closed fast because AP is linked to some other modules also, right? So once you close the AP modules only, other modules can be closed because AP is linked to asset module, purchasing modules, your inventory. So there are a lot of dependency and your project accounting. So that if you by 25th, 26th, you can close your AP period, then there will be not any dependency and you can close your other period. First, you have to check all your invoices are validated or not. Invoice validation program. Then you have to check run create accounting. You need to check that all your invoices are accounted or not. Post subledger to GL. Like in case some cases like you created the accounting and you have not posted to GL. In this case also you cannot close the period.
What is this invoice validation program, Ashwini? What does that mean?
Let me show you. AP module, like when you are creating an invoice, you are manually validating the invoices, right?
Yes.
So here you can see here invoice validation program. So you'll go to action and validate, right? That is a manual process. But if you have hundreds of invoice, right, you want to validate.
Okay. Oh, it's like a month program. Okay.
Yeah. So if invoice is not validated, you cannot close the period. If you
so we have to validate as well as post to close the period, right? Or no?
Yeah, posting. If you have created the accounting, you have not posted, then it's you cannot close the period. If it is anything unaccounted, okay, that is you cannot close the period.
So posting is also a must.
Must.
Posting is also a must. Once an
Posting
invoice
is must. Yeah.
Okay.
Only paid invoices or all the invoices?
No. See, accounting is not dependent on payment.
Okay.
It can be paid or unpaid.
Yeah, once the invoice is registered, I guess we have to post it anyways.
Yeah. So here from AP, from dashboard also you can run that. Where is validation? Validate invoice. Where is that program? Validate invoice. So it's a mass validation program where you just select your view and whatever invoice they are eligible for validation, they will be validated. Let me run that program.
So can you run this by period or do you have to put a date?
Yeah, there are period is there, invoice date.
Okay. But not by a period itself.
Not
it's
by
just
period. So yeah, or you can skip the date also. Whatever invoice unvalidated, validate. Yeah. Data primary ledger. So let me check how many invoices is still pending validation. Because I have to close my period, right? So if I go, okay. Validate payable invoice. Still running. Accident. So there is all are validated except one hold is there. Some distribution variance hold is there for one invoice. Otherwise, everything has been validated. So now, today's last date of the month of March. So now the organization, by today, I have to close the AP period. So now let me run that. Try to close the period. Will you able to close the period? Just check. See what challenge you will face.
Because of the hold?
Not only hold, there can be other like accounting is not there, not created. We can get lot of other region also. Just let me go and
right?
directly close the period. Manage accounting period. And we'll see what the error I'm getting. Table. Data primary. Let me try to close the period for March. And see if it is period is closing or not. See, I'm getting warning, right? I triggered the close process, but I'm getting warning. That means there are a lot of pending activities I have to complete for the AP. How I can see it? Period close exception report. Payable period close exception report. So that program is triggering this report for me so that I can review what are the potential exceptions I have to look into. there are 11 transactions for the Tata and they are not accounted. Okay. 11 transactions and there are unaccounted payment. 8 payment has not been accounted. Outstanding payment process request. I mean, some PPR I have created, but I have not completed that PPR or payment process. That is pending. So I don't have any intercompany transactions. If I have enabled the AGIS, if something is coming from your intercompany, if that is pending also, it will show here. And not transfer to GL, like whatever I have accounted, that is I have transferred to GL. So there is no transaction pending GL posting. But I have not created accounting at all for 11 invoice and 8 payments. Other exceptions 4. We'll see here. You can see all the summary of transactions. So I have some debit memo, credit memo. I have not accounted. Okay. And
Not
these
accounted as posting.
Yeah, it can be in accounting. There are 3 programs actually. It will trigger. It will create accounting. It will transfer to GL and it will post to GL. I'll show you how you can do that. So now you realize like I have a lot of work now to do or pending accounting process based on that exceptions. Here you'll get create accounting, right? If I run the create accounting process, my subledger application will be payable. Data. Accounting mode, there are 2 things. Earlier, what I was doing, I was online accounting. I was doing from the transaction dashboard itself. But this program, you can schedule every day at the end of the day, or every week, or every 2-3 days.
Yeah, usually it's scheduled every, like in our company, often, like multiple times in a day.
Yeah, correct. And accounting mode should be final. Either you can review the process, like how many, if something error you want to work, you don't want to run the final mode. Process event all and report side style should be detailed. Here you can see this is also one program, transfer to GL, and this is post to general ledger. If you make it no, then it will not trigger the transfer to GL program. If you make it no, post to general ledger, it will transfer. If you make it yes and make it no, the second one will make it no. So what you will do, it will transfer to GL. You can see the transaction in GL, but it will not automatically post the transaction. So it's better to always make this option as yes, so that it will create accounting, it will transfer to GL, and it will post to GL. Otherwise, separately you have to run this program. There are 2 other programs available. One is transfer to GL program, one is post to GL program. That you have to run separately.
Running this, can you do it on the invoice end? So can we go to the invoice and do these manually?
Manually we are doing till now. We were doing it manually only. So all the invoices which I was creating, accounting.
Okay.
Manually I was doing. From where? From the invoice dashboard.
Okay.
So that what you can do, you can go to action and post to ledger.
Mm.
This is nothing but you are creating the accounting and posting to the ledger. GL. And the same.
Okay, so the two triggers happen at the same time for this.
Same time, yeah.
Okay.
And this is because here this program is not advisable to run this from here. So always, because auditing purpose, your management reporting purpose, because once you run this program, every schedule, it will generate your accounting execution report, right? Your PDF format or Excel format. So that you have to use for your reconciliation.
Okay.
If you run from here, you will not get that report. You can, again, you have to run that, take that ID and run separately. And that is
Okay.
bit difficult process. Better to
Got it.
always run from here. Let me run it so that I can show you how we are getting. So a lot of unaccounted transactions are there, right? Another thing is that period close exception, right? There is another program before running. Sorry, yeah.
This will create accounting for both invoices and payments?
Yeah, if you don't select the process category, specify the process category, then it will create accounting for all. There is another program is there. Payable unaccounted transaction and sweep report. You can run this program. So whatever invoice is not accounted, it will list out all this. In the exception report also it will show. But this is another report. In exception report, not only accounting error, it will capture all the errors, any kind of errors, like if invoice is not validated, it's incomplete, or some other kind of error transferred to GL. But this program is specific to only unaccounted transactions. And another thing this report will do, it will show you data business unit. See, for example, in this is also a very frequent case. You want to close your period, but there are some transactions not accounted. And you don't want to account because there are some issues. You are not able to define the correct accounting combination for this. You cannot wait, right? It will take some time to resolve the issue or fix the issue. In that case, what you can do, management will decide latest what we can do. This whatever unaccounted in March, you can move to April. In that case, what you can do, period sweep now. Yes. If you sweep now, and you can move to the next period, next open period. That means, yeah. So that we can able to smoothly close the period. That also happens frequently.
So everything will remain same. It's just moving to April 24.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So this sweep program. Now let me run the create accounting.
Sorry, what is the name of the other process? I forgot to make a note.
Unaccounted.
Swifting.
Payable unaccounted transaction and swipe program.
Swipe program. Okay.
Sweep.
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 So this So these programs are very important as far as your period close is concerned. So now you asked me how
you
are
run
going
that sweep program after running the accounting, create accounting, or
Yeah, so see, for the first you can run just to review how many transactions are unaccounted. But immediately you will not sweep these transactions, right? First you need to check what are the errors, why it is not accounted. You review the error, but still you are not able to find any solution. Then you decide with the management. Can we sweep this to next period? Then they will approve. Yeah, you can do that and close the period.
Yeah, because it's not on individual invoice or payment level. It's like whatever is available in the system. I think it'll sweep everything to.
Right. So here you can select either you want to account invoices or payment. I want to account everything. Process category. Submit.
Are there any other programs we run before the sweep program? Apart from create accounting or month-end programs?
See, you can see this create accounting program. It's triggering a lot of child program, right? Import program, post journals, some post journal entries of process, which will create all the journal entries. And then it will also generate the execution report. That is the PDF report where you can review your accounting. This execution report, that means accounting has created successfully. And you can see whatever pending, nothing error, right? Number of event error, 0. Whatever pending transactions which are not accounted, now they are accounted. You can see your liability or expense account. If it is payment, then your cash clearing account is hitting. Whatever we discussed yesterday. So all these account generated. This file is very important for your reconciliation and audit purpose. Let me download so that I can share it.
And if
So
business wants any customizations in these reports, we have to create them as new reports.
This report usually no business will need any customizations because this is just accounting report and we are getting everything. But what you can do, you can automate this process. In our company, period close process, it's a huge challenge. Lot of manual activities we have to do because even if you schedule the process, you have to review all these details, right? What we did in the robotic automations, we schedule all these process. like first it will run this robotic like automation process. It will first run the subledger exception report, which I run. Then in exception, if something is error, any transactions, it will give me it will raise a Jira ticket. Automatically, that robotic process, automation process, it will create one ticket and that will trigger to the support team. That for this payable module and for this specific business unit, a ledger, this is my error, accounting error or exceptions. Just please look into this so that I don't need to go and each and individual ledgers. I have 50 ledgers. How can I decide like for which ledger I have error? So you automate this. It is all your job will be simplified and just you can check the error file and address these errors. If something is now error, right? Why you need to review? Just it will user can review.
Right.
So now my accounting is created. Then you can run again that program, your exception program. So before closing your period, your exception program should be blank. That output should be blank. Then only you will able to close the period. Right. Subledger period close exception. So I have.
I think you stopped sharing.
Okay. Now you are able to see.
No. Yeah, now I'm able to see.
Okay. Okay. Subledger period close exception report. Payable module. Ledger. Data. Accounting period, you can select your March period because March period I want to close. Now let us see if any other exception are available because I created the accounting. See, there is no exceptions because all my exceptions are clear. My accounting has been done and it's transferred to GL and posted to GL. So I can able to close the period. So for reconciliation purpose, so now you can run
you can define which default account it should account to when you run the create accounting.
No. See, it's based on your accounting rule and whatever setup you did for your liability account and expense account.
Okay.
You don't need to provide any account during this program, create accounting. Okay, so you run validation program, create accounting, then you can run the exception report. So exception report should blank.